And welcome to another video. Today we're going to be ranking all the enchantments again. The last time I did this was like maybe a year or two ago, and I think I've refreshed my opinions on this. So we're going to rank it again. There are 6 tiers in this tier list. There is S, A, B, C, D, E, and F. The worst ones are F, the best ones are A, and S. So, I've named all the books for every enchantment. It's kind of a pain in the ass to do, but we've done it. So we're going to get started. The first enchantment on the list is Fortune 3. So, honestly, Fortune 3, when the new cave update comes out, it's going to be really useful because I can get Fortune 3 iron and stuff. But when you consider the fact that you can actually get iron and gold really easily from gold farms, I don't think it's as useful still. But honestly, with this new buff it's going to be getting in the new cave update, I think it deserves an A tier. It's not an S tier since it's really only good for it's just a great enchantment, but I wouldn't consider it like an S tier because it's kind of like you don't want to take it mining in late game, and honestly, it's just used to game or ores. It's good though, so I give it an A tier. That's true. Quick Charge 3. Now, listen up. Crossbows, not that bad of a weapon. Now, I've seen those crossbows that can like one-shot people, and because of that, I'm gonna massively buff the rating for Quick Charge 3. It's going in C tier. Last time I probably put in like D or E or F, but I'm putting it in C tier because the stuff you can make with this is pretty deadly. You like have instant damage too and quick charge 3. It's pretty deadly. Blast Prot 4. So Blast Prot is an interesting enchantment. It's not amazing because you probably don't need Blast Prot 4 on anything. Well, what do you think about quick charge? Okay. Well, look, it's my video, my rules. Fuck you. Okay. So I'm gonna give Blast Protection a D because Blast Protection, it's useful in some cases. Maybe when you're doing the Wither fight, but then you can just cheese it really simply by just trapping it in like the portal. So it's not very difficult. So it's kind of useless. Sharpness 5. If I were playing Java,
He's
Tyler,
running away when
Tyler,
things get hard.
be quiet. If I were
Oh, you're
playing
on
Java
creative.
Edition, I would give Sharpness 5 a
What,
B
Dylan?
tier. Since I'm playing Bedrock, I'll give it an A tier because Sharpness 5 massively buffs the damage on your sword in Bedrock Edition. On Java, it's a lot less powerful, but it's still pretty good on Java, although I prefer Smite. So Smite 5. Because we're not playing Java Edition, I'm going to give Smite 5 a B tier, because it doesn't actually one-shot zombies. If it one-shotted zombies, I'd give it an S tier. Or not an S tier, but like an A tier. Because it's just really good on Java. But because we're playing Bedrock Edition, it doesn't one-shot zombies, it only one-shot skeletons. What? Okay. Next enchantment, Feather Falling 4, S tier. Not even a question. Feather Falling 4 saved my ass so many times, and I'm pretty sure I've given it S tier in the last video I made ranking the enchantments, but I've been saved by this enchantment so many times, I cannot even think about living without it. Fire Prot 4, honestly, ever since I've seen those people who put like Fire Prot on their boots, and honestly after what it's done, I'm gonna give it an A tier, because Fire Protection is like more versatile than like Blast Prot, because it's actually useful in most cases. Like if you're gonna be mining, you can have Fire Prot. If you're gonna be in the Nether, you can definitely have Fire Prot. Anything involving fire, you need Fire Prot, unless you have like Prot 4 on iron armor. Then it doesn't matter. Band of Arthropods, not a question. F tier. Actually, I'll give it E tier. Band of Arthropods. I'll give it an E tier because you can actually use it in spider farms. But when you think about it, spiders can be one-shotted with sharpness swords, I think. But then again, it's not too bad in a spider farm. Knockback 2, I'm giving it an E tier because knockback is not really useful for anything. I don't use knockback 2. I don't mind it, but I just don't think it's like one of those things like see it and I'm like, I don't want that, but I guess I'll take it. I just don't get it. I don't get knockback.
Cause why not?
Prot 4. I'm gonna give Prot 4 an S tier because it's basically the best protection in the game. with Prop 4, you basically cannot
Why are you
die
playing
unless you're like versing
Days
Vindicators.
Gone?
So yeah, Prop 4 is a really good enchantment. That's why I give it an S tier. Aqua Affinity, honestly,
Well,
it's a
that
D
game is
tier.
probably boring.
It's good. You always want to have it, but it's just like it's not very useful.
I mean, I'll admit this game is outdated.
It's like
But
usually the last
still.
enchantment on my armor I get, but I always get it because it's not gonna hurt anything. You just
What,
mine
Dylan?
faster
I
underwater.
can't hear you over Gunner giving trap.
So next up we have Death Shredder 3. I'm gonna give Death Shredder a B tier. It's really good for moving around in oceans and it's just useful in a lot of situations. B tier. Silk Touch. I'll give it an A tier. I don't think it's S tier worthy because it's not gonna save you from like death. It's useful, really useful. Efficiency 5. I'm also gonna give it an A tier because I don't think Efficiency 5 is like gonna save your life. It's a good thing to have, but Efficiency 4 works just as well unless you're doing a mining beacon. Then you can't have Efficiency 4. Inspiration's also getting an A tier. Really good enchantment. It makes you last longer underwater. What could go wrong with that? Thorns 3. D tier. No, I'll give it C tier. Thorns is not bad if you have Unbreaking. But the damage you actually do to other mobs is not very necessary, especially since you have Prop 4, which basically protects you against everything. So I don't recommend it. Looting 3. It's kind of a similar thing with Fortune, where it gives you more mob drops. But I honestly think mobs can drop more valuable things. But I'm going to give it a B tier because it only, like, there's not really much you really can get with this compared to, like, Fortune 3. So Fire Aspect 2, I'm going to give it a C tier as well. It's good. I usually take it with my swords now because I usually have it. It's not really a disadvantage to have it. Prodigy is also going to get a C tier because Prodigy is not exactly the best enchantment. It's pretty easy to just not use it because you don't really need protection, especially against most mobs in the game, which don't even shoot projectiles. Punch 2, I'm gonna give it a D tier. It's like, you could go with or without it. It doesn't really matter. You can have Punch 2 and you can be fine. You can also have not have it and be fine. Power 5. I remember in my last ranking this, I put Power 5 at like C tier. But I'm putting it at S tier this time. Because Power 5 basically one-shots everything. Like zombie skeletons, doesn't matter. Even if it doesn't one-shot it, it'll kill it the next shot for sure. Unbreaking 3 also gets an S tier. Because Unbreaking 3 basically, you may not think it's useful on like swords or something. But look, it's really useful on like axes and shovels when you're not going to be constantly mending them while using them. So you need it. Also on elytras. Mending without quenching gets an S tier. Repairs your tools with XP, especially really good in an XP farm. If you just need your tools to be repaired, it's perfect. No XP required to use it other than the XP you get. Frostwalker 2, straight up E tier. Because I would give it an F normally, but Frostwalker is actually useful in ice farms. But that's about it. So, yeah. Not really much else to do with that. Lure 3, definitely a C tier because you can actually get a lot of really good stuff on Bedrock Edition fishing in an ocean. Luck of the Sea 3, I'll also give it a C tier because Luck of the Sea, like I said, pretty good. Goes hand in hand with Lure 3. Infinity, great enchantment. I don't think it's better than Mending though. I personally prefer Mending or Infinity on my bows. I can go either way, but I prefer Mending because I don't have to keep spending levels to get a new bow. Piercing 4, because of the new thing, I still don't think Piercing is good at all. I'm going to give it an F tier. Because Piercing, when are you ever going to be in a situation where mobs are completely lined up? Yeah, not a lot of times. Maybe if you have like a mob farm that has all the mobs going like a single line, maybe that's useful. But then again, that's why swords exist. Okay? Why would you want to use that? Flame. Flame is kind of like fire aspect for swords. In fact, it's exactly that. But it's not amazing because you're not really going to be killing animals with a bow because you're not going to get looting 3 drops. Unless you switch your sword before actually killing the animal. We actually have a new enchantment here. Last time when I recorded this, Soul Speed did not exist. But honestly, it's fucking shit. F tier, 100%. Soul Speed is not good. Okay? It may seem like a good thing going faster on Soul Sand. I mean, I'm still going to give it an F tier. There's one good thing you can do with Soul Speed. You can make really fast paths within the nether. But honestly, It's more of a detriment when you're just going through regular Soul Sand valleys because it makes it so hard to actually control your speed. It's like giving yourself speed 255 and trying to go slow. It only works on like console if you can actually pull it off, but you're madman if you can. Soul speed is not a very good enchantment. I want to rank both the curses at F tier. Well, actually, I'm gonna give Curse of Vanishing an E tier because it doesn't really matter for hardcore players since you can't die anyways. But if we're being real, it should be at F tier. But honestly, I'm giving it E tier because it doesn't really matter if you have it on your tool or not. If you just don't die, it really won't matter. Loyalty 3, we're getting close to the end, guys. Loyalty 3 is not a bad enchantment either, in my opinion. I don't think it's amazing, mainly because it's only used on tridents, and honestly, I prefer Riptide. I'll give it a C tier, though, because it is good for tridents if you don't have Riptide. But I wouldn't recommend it over Riptide, since Riptide's way more fun to use. Channeling, I'd give Channeling an E tier. You can only really use channeling for getting mob heads. It's really cool though. I'll give you that, I guess. Multi-shot one, perfect. Enchantment B tier because, like I said, the crossbows. Before anyone really knew how to do that thing, I would have given it an F tier. But honestly, it's a good enchantment. Impaling 5, absolutely terrible enchantment. E tier. It's not amazing because all it does is just do more damage to mobs underwater. In Bedrock Edition, it's far better as it does more damage to any mob in water. So basically, it just claps your cheeks, essentially. Sorry, I don't know why my nose has to get stuffy like right now as I'm fucking recording a video. Okay, so there's one more enchantment left. I'm pretty sure it's Riptide. So Riptide 3, I'm giving it an S tier. I really love Riptide. It's so good. It's so versatile. You can use it to move around. You can use it to fly, essentially. You can use it to go really fast in Elytros for no reason. Like, seriously, it's insane. Well, anyways, guys, the tier list is complete. Let's go over every placement. In S tier, we have Feather Falling, Protection, Power, Unbreaking, Mending, and Riptide. In A tier, we have Fortune, Sharpness, Fire Protection, Silk Touch, Efficiency, Respiration, and Infinity. In B tier, we have Smite, Death Strider, Looting, and Multi-Shot. C tier, we have Quick Charge, Thorns, Fire Aspect, Proud Pot, Lure, Luck of the Sea, Loyalty. In D tier, we have Blast Protection, Aqua Affinity, Punch, Flame. That's it for D tier. In E tier, we have Band of Arthropods, Knockback, Frostwalker, Curse of Vanishing, Channeling, and Impaling. And the bottom tier, which is F, we have Piercing, Soul Speed, and Curse of Binding. There's my list, everyone. So yeah. If you guys enjoyed my lists, I will be doing more of these if I can think. Maybe next time I'll rank all the tools and weapons based on how useful they are. So, spoiler alert, the netherite tools are probably going to get really high rankings. But I'll try to think of something different to do. Uh, I don't know. Maybe I'll like rank all the servers in Minecraft. Well, that's about it for this video, guys. If you enjoyed, leave a like and subscribe if you want. You don't have to. I'm not gonna beg you to subscribe or like, because that's what scumbag YouTubers do, or just annoying ones. So yeah, if you guys disagree with my list, just let me know and tell me what you think should be which. I feel like I could have gotten Fortune in S tier because it is really good, but I also feel like I could have gotten other things like a bad, more worse tier. But yeah, this is my tier list. My character just blinked. I hate that. So yeah, bro, stop blinking, Steve. Anyways, that's really about it for this video, guys. I'll see you later.